6 hours ago, a NATO outpost went dark. No firefight, no distress call. When we arrived, every soldier was gone, but their footprints, they stopped halfway across the snow, like they vanished mid-step. The first thing that struck me about Echo-7 wasn't the cold, it was the feeling that the landscape was holding its breath. Snow stretched endlessly around us, untouched, undisturbed, almost too perfect. But the silence felt wrong, heavy, pressurized, as if the world was waiting for something to move first. If you were standing beside me on that ridge, you'd feel it too, that instinctive warning you can't explain, but your body refuses to ignore. "Stay sharp," I said, though even my voice sounded swallowed by the quiet. The entrance to the outpost was half buried in frost. The metal door slid open smoothly when I hit the panel. Power was on, yet every window was dark. When I stepped inside, the cold bit harder than it should have. It didn't feel like ordinary winter cold, more like the kind you feel before a fever dream hits. As we cleared the first hallway, I motioned for my team to fan out. Hale, my youngest soldier, moved up beside me. "Sir, why is it so cold in here? It's warmer outside." I didn't have an answer. I still don't. Now let me ask you, if you were in my boots, would you keep going deeper? Or back out and call this place cursed? Because that thought crossed my mind. More than once. We reached the mess hall, and everything inside froze us in place. Plates filled with half-eaten meals, coffee still steaming, a chair slightly pushed back as if someone had just stood up. And still, no bodies, no blood, no signs of a struggle, just absence. Like the people had evaporated. I followed a trail of untouched footsteps to the wall clock. I checked my watch, the kitchen timer, the clocks on the monitors. All frozen. 2 hours 36 minutes, 15 seconds. Every single timepiece in the outpost had died at the exact same second. "Sir," Hale whispered, "this had to be coordinated. But why stop the clocks?" I didn't know. But something in my gut told me that time didn't stop naturally. We pushed onward toward the command room. Monitors flickered with static, casting ghostly flashes across the empty desks. I tapped a keyboard. It resisted at first, like it didn't want to wake up. Then the screen snapped to life, displaying one single video file. Last. Nothing else. No timestamp. No description. Just the word last. I clicked. At first it was normal. Soldiers working, eating, laughing at something off screen. Then they all froze. The deeper we moved into Echo-7, the more the cold clung to us, not the kind that numbs your skin, but the kind that crawls into your bones. It felt like the building itself was rejecting us. Like we were intruders in a place that no longer belonged to the living. The hallway lights flickered weakly, barely enough to illuminate the frost creeping along the floor. Our boots crunched through it softly, each step sounding too loud in the unnatural quiet. Then Hale stopped. "Sir, look." His beam landed on a trail of footprints, fresh, clean, untouched by drifting frost. They led down the hallway as if someone had just passed through moments earlier. But they weren't deep. They weren't melting the frost. They looked wrong, like the floor had accepted the footsteps without pressure being applied. I followed the trail until we reached the wall clock. It read 2 hours 13 minutes, 56 seconds. Nothing strange about the time itself, except it hadn't changed. I checked my watch. 2:13:56. Frozen. The kitchen timer beside the prep table. 2:13:56. Even the digital clocks on the security monitors blinked the same dead second. Every time-keeping device in the outpost had died at the exact same moment. Hale swallowed hard. "Sir, This had to be coordinated. But who would stop every clock? I didn't have an answer. But the dread in my gut whispered that time hadn't been stopped. It had been taken. Interrupted. Interrupted by something powerful enough to halt an entire building's sense of motion. We moved on, deeper into the core of Echo-7. The closer we got to the command room, the more unstable the electronics became. Screens flickered. Static pulsed like a heartbeat. Every flash cast ghostly white light across empty desks and abandoned gear. It looked like everyone stood up and walked away mid-sentence, mid-task, mid-breath. I reached a workstation and tapped the keyboard. It resisted. Not like frozen metal, more like it didn't want to be touched. The keys warmed under my gloves, then the monitor snapped awake. A single video file sat on a black desktop. No timestamp. No folder. No description. Only one word. Last. Sir. Don't open it, Hale whispered. But I already knew I would. Curiosity wasn't the problem. Fear was. Because something inside me, something primal, whispered that whatever happened to Echo-7 began right here. I clicked the file. For a moment nothing happened, just a black screen and faint static. Then the video flickered on. At first, everything looked normal. Soldiers eating, working, laughing at something off-screen. Then, one soldier, closest to the camera, froze mid-laugh. The one beside him froze while pouring coffee. The stream hung unnaturally in the air for a split second before turning into static fragments. One by one, every soldier in the room locked in place as if an invisible switch had been flipped. Then their heads slowly lifted. Every face turned toward the hallway beyond the camera's view. Not in alarm, not in confusion, but in recognition. Like they were hearing a call only they could understand. No shouting, no scrambling for weapons, just a synchronized silent rise, like a choir responding to a conductor. They walked out of the frame. The radio fell silent after the last words. The room felt impossibly still, as if the building itself was holding its breath. My squad and I froze, each of us straining to catch even the faintest hint of movement or voice beyond the monitor's glow. Standing right behind me, those words replayed in my head like a loop I couldn't break. I spun slowly. Nothing. Just the shadows of the room stretching unnaturally against the walls, flickering with the monitor's unstable glow. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. Hale swallowed hard. Sir, you should leave. Not yet. My voice sounded hollow even to me. There was something here, something pulling us deeper into this place. And I knew if we walked away now, we'd never understand what Echo-7 truly was. Follow the lights. They'll let them see you. The video perspective moved faster than humanly possible, gliding through the corridors. I could feel the fear, the panic, each step a frantic attempt to escape something invisible. And then I realized the lights weren't random. They were arranged in a pattern, pulsing softly, guiding whoever was moving along a predetermined path. I looked at Hale. The lights. They're a map. He nodded slowly. We follow them. Yes, I said. The cold no longer mattered. The dread had shifted into something else, a purpose. We stepped into the hallway, boots crunching over frost that now seemed almost alive, curling around our feet like tendrils. The deeper we moved, the more the building seemed to resist. Doors slammed shut behind us, ventilation systems groaned as if complaining, and whispers echoed faintly from the walls. Raven. Raven. We reached a junction where 3 hallways converged. The lights pulsed at different speeds in each corridor. I instinctively took the center path. Hale hesitated. You lead, he said. We follow. We moved forward. The whispering grew louder, now distinct voices overlapping in a chilling chorus. Some sounded like our missing comrades. Some not human. Then a door loomed ahead. Frost covered the handle, but I could see heat rising in the cracks around it, as if something alive waited behind it. My hand hovered above the metal. My mind screamed to turn back. But before I could act, the lights flared bright, blinding, and a new whisper cut through all others. "We've been waiting for you." I glanced at Hale. His eyes mirrored my own realization, whatever was in Echo-7. It had been expecting us all along. The whisper lingered in the air long after the lights dimmed. "We've been waiting for you." I swallowed hard, my hand still hovering over the frosted handle. Hale's eyes darted between me and the door, his breath visible in the freezing air. Every instinct screamed at me to run. Every instinct whispered that stepping through this threshold would change everything. I twisted the handle. The door gave way with a low metallic groan, revealing a room bathed in a strange amber glow. Heat radiated from every surface, almost like the building itself exhaled relief at our entry. Inside, the room stretched far beyond what its exterior suggested. The walls curved, bending angles that shouldn't exist. Frost clung to the edges, melting where the amber light touched it, only to reform instantly in patches, like breathing ice. Shadows danced independently of the light, forming shapes that teased recognition. Faces, hands, fleeting silhouettes of soldiers long gone. Hale whispered, "Sir, what is this place?" I had no answer, only the sense that the very air was alive, watching us, waiting for us to choose our next move. Then I saw it. A figure, or rather a presence, at the far end of the room. Taller than any man, shifting like smoke and frost combined. Its glow pulsed like a heartbeat, synchronized with the lights that had led us here. "You've come," the voice said inside my head. "And now, the trial begins." Suddenly, the floor beneath us shuddered. Ice cracked with sharp, echoing pops, and Hale stumbled, almost sliding into the shadows. The figure raised what might have been a hand, or maybe a claw, and a gust of wind slammed against us, knocking us sideways. "Stay close," I shouted, grabbing Hale. The shadows rippled violently, stretching across the floor like living tendrils, snapping at our boots. I fired my weapon into the air, the muzzle flash illuminating the room in brief, harsh bursts. The shadows recoiled, only to reform behind us. We ran, boots crunching over frost that now seemed almost alive, curling up like grasping fingers. Doors slammed shut behind us, trapping echoes of our screams. The figure followed, not walking, not running. Gliding, faster than anything humanly possible. Every step it took sent shards of ice shooting from the walls, narrowly missing us. Hale gasped, "Sir, we can't outrun it." "We don't have to," I yelled. "We need to reach the lights, the map." We veered left into a narrow corridor marked by faint, pulsing lights. The figure's shadow stretched long behind us, snaking along the walls, its voice echoing directly into my skull. "You cannot hide. Raven." I fired again, aiming at the glow in its core. The blast met nothing but air, but the figure recoiled, and the shadows scattered momentarily. We sprinted, diving through doorways, sliding across frosted floors, barely staying ahead. Then we reached the center of the room, a circular platform glowing amber, pulsating faster with every heartbeat. The figure slammed into the doorway behind us, frost spraying into the air like shattered glass. Its roar, or whatever it was, resonated through the walls, shaking us to our core. I grabbed Hale's arm. "Step onto the light." The moment we did, the shadows recoiled violently, shrieking into silence. The figure's glow blazed one final time before vanishing, leaving only the amber platform in an oppressive, silent room. We collapsed to our knees panting. Frost clung to our hair, our gear. The trial was over. For now. Hale's eyes were wide. "Sir, what just happened?" I didn't answer, because I didn't know. All I knew was this: we had crossed a threshold, and whatever lay ahead wasn't waiting for soldiers. It was waiting for us. And the lights outside the room began to pulse again. The moment we stepped off the amber platform, the silence shattered. The pulsing lights outside the room intensified, forming a jagged path leading deeper into Echo-7. My chest still heaving, I glanced at Hale. His face was pale, eyes wide, but resolute. "We follow them?" he asked, voice trembling. "Yes," I said. Every instinct screamed danger, but the lights weren't just illumination. They were a guide, a promise, a challenge. We moved cautiously down the corridor. The walls bent subtly, angles shifting like liquid metal. Frost clung to every surface, melting where the lights passed, only to snap back into crystalline spikes behind us. I could feel the building watching, responding to our every movement. Then it happened, a low, resonant hum that made the air vibrate against our eardrums. It wasn't coming from any machine, any speaker. It came from the walls themselves. Hale froze mid-step. "Do you hear that?" I nodded. The hum grew louder, pulsing in time with the amber lights. Then a voice, or many voices, whispered simultaneously, impossible to localize. "Raven. Raven. Follow." The corridor forked. Two paths, identical in their eerie geometry, yet the pulse of the lights split, one dimmer, one brighter. I instinctively took the brighter path, Hale close behind. Frosty tendrils curled around our boots, tugging, trying to slow us, but we pressed forward. Suddenly, the floor beneath us vibrated violently. Ice cracked in a jagged web across the corridor. A shard shot upward, slicing the air just inches from Hale's head. He ducked instinctively, cursing. I fired my weapon at the cracks, though I knew bullets were useless here. The figure from the trial, whatever it had been, wasn't here, yet its presence lingered. The building itself felt alive, aggressive. We rounded a corner, and the lights pulsed faster, almost like a heartbeat racing toward a climax. At the far end of the corridor, a door, or an opening, glowed brighter than anything we'd seen. Shadows twisted violently along the walls, forming fleeting shapes of soldiers we had known. And some we hadn't. Their eyes seemed to follow us, accusing, warning, pleading. Hale swallowed hard. "Sir, I don't like this. We can't even see what's ahead." "I know," I admitted, "but it's not about seeing. It's about moving. We either follow, or we get lost here. Forever." The closer we got, the more the lights pulsed in synchronization with something inside me, something primal. My heartbeat thumped in my ears. The shadows thickened, pressing closer, but they didn't attack. Not yet. They were waiting, observing, testing. We reached the glowing threshold. The pulse of the lights intensified so rapidly that it was almost painful. I gripped Hale's shoulder, drawing a deep breath. "On three," I said. 1, 2, 3. We stepped through. The world flipped. The corridor vanished. Amber light, shadows, and frost exploded around us, swirling like a storm caught in slow motion. My stomach lurched. Hale screamed, or tried to, but the sound was swallowed by the surge. For a moment, everything was weightless, timeless, infinite. And then we landed, feet first, on solid ground. The lights dimmed slightly, forming a path forward. But in the distance, something stirred. Something larger. Something that didn't just wait for soldiers. It hunted them. I looked at Hale. "This isn't over," I whispered. He nodded, and for the first time, the fear in his eyes matched the determination in mine. Whatever Echo-7 wanted from us, whatever trial awaited, we were going to face it head-on. And the pulse of the lights continued, relentless, guiding us deeper into the unknown. The lights guiding our path flickered like dying fireflies, barely strong enough to push back the darkness ahead. Hale staggered beside me, still shaken from whatever had dragged us through that threshold. I didn't blame him. I felt like pieces of me were missing, left somewhere between the frost, the amber glow, and the other place. "Sir, where are we?" Hale whispered. I scanned the air. It tasted metallic, thick, alive. "Not the facility," I murmured. "Not anymore." The path of dim lights curved gently to the left and then vanished into a fog that seemed to breathe in and out, slowly, deeply, like a sleeping animal. But it wasn't the fog that froze me. It was the sound coming from inside it. A low, dragging rumble. Heavy. Deliberate. Predatory. Hale raised his weapon. "That's not human." "No," I said, "it's not." The fog shifted. Something massive moved behind it. Broad shoulders, long limbs, the silhouette bending and reforming like it wasn't made of bone at all. And then a glint, not eyes, but something worse. A recognition. As if it knew exactly who we were and why we were here. "We need to fall back," Hale whispered. "We need a plan." I should have agreed. I should have ordered a retreat. But the thing in the fog took one step forward, and every light around us pulsed in response, like they weren't guiding us anymore, but warning us. "Hale," I said slowly, "whatever this place is, we didn't enter it." He glanced at me, confused. "It brought us here." The fog grew darker, black swallowing light. A clawed limb stretched into view, scraping the ground. Hale stumbled back. "Sir, run!" We turned, sprinting down the path, the lights flaring under our feet as if urging us on. But the thing behind us didn't sprint. It followed. Calm. Patient. Certain. We reached another doorway, dim, cracked, humming with the same pulse as before. Our only escape. "Hale! Through it! Now!" He jumped first. I followed. And just as the world inverted again, just as the amber glow swallowed my vision, I heard it. The creature whispered, "My name. My name." The doorway slammed shut behind us. Darkness. Silence. Then, faint, rhythmic beeping. A mechanical hum. The familiar scent of the facility. We were back. But the lights overhead flickered in the exact same pulse. The same heartbeat. The same warning. Hale caught his breath, staring at the ceiling. "Sir, did we really escape?" I didn't answer. Couldn't. Because in the darkness at the far end of the hallway, something moved. And this time, it had followed us through,